Ever ask yourself, what does it take to replace the face of a fireplace that's 130 years old with the desire to make it look like it did 130 years ago and not look like it's falling apart and be super strong? Yep, that challenge was accepted. Prep work is such an underappreciated step of the whole process. It is so critical to keep track of all of the different items that have to happen during the prep phase. Even, say, staining all these boards. You know, what happens if you give this process to an underling that really has no understanding of what the repercussions are of that action? And way too many builders and carpenters do that. They'll have an underling go and do the prep work by themselves because honestly, we're tired of doing it. And it's tedious and it's not rewarding, it's not adventurous, it's just the same thing over and over again. But it is so critical, and it's a great point in time in the project to be teaching underlings what to do and how to do it properly and why. The why. No one ever talks about the why. Oh well. Now, a prime example of keeping track of the prep and why it's so important and the implications and that's what I'm looking for, that's just implications, right? Is the fireplace. You know, when I first stripped this house down, I was going through it room by room. I was anxiously waiting to find some sort of history, some sort of clue to its past. And there was nothing here. Nothing. Now the history books are showing that this was what's called a Kavanaugh cottage, and which is historically has a lot of emphasis. But there's nothing here. None of the moldings were here. Staircases were gone. Everything was just stripped out of this old girl. And as I continued to work on it and continued to empty it out, I just kept looking. Where's the history? And the only thing I found was that fireplace. And I dedicated myself at that point to keeping that fireplace. This is a historical area. And to have a house that has so much history, which hopefully I'll do a whole episode on, I to not have something was heartbreaking to me. I really wanted to have something. So, when I found the fireplace, I made an emotional decision. Number one problem. Once you make an emotional decision on a project like this, it just costs you a lot of time and a lot of money. Now, dollar-wise, fireplace doesn't cost that much. About 6 bags of mortar. But time, I have a heck of a lot of time in that fireplace. Between all the different demolition phases and the sorting of the bricks to make sure I find the best ones to put on the face of it, it consumed a ton of time. Well, I guess money-wise, I do have the price of the gas insert. I don't remember what that cost. That was right when COVID hit. So prices were a little funky. Yeah, I got a good deal on it. I just can't remember what it was. I'll have to look that up. And yeah. And in retrospect, now that I know all the things that were wrong with that fireplace, you know, I can't say that I'd allow that emotional decision to overpower the amount of work that that fireplace required. I mean, it's over with now. Yeah. I mean, there's no going back now. Let's put it that way. So, when it comes to prep and understanding the repercussions of your actions, whoever built the original main structure of that fireplace, when they were laying all those bricks in the back there, they lost track of plumb. And the top of the fireplace is in towards the room more than the bottom of the fireplace. Pretty substantially. So when I, uncovered the fireplace and realized that the top was tilted towards the living room, I just assumed the face was just peeling off, like I showed in that other video. I was wrong. The whole thing is built that way. So, unfortunately, that fireplace has a tilt in the face of it. And there's absolutely nothing I could have done about that except rebuild the entire fireplace. And that was not going to happen. It does look good. I laid the brick in the same manner that the original mason laid it. So I kept the same exact pattern. The bricks that are slightly deeper than others, the grout lines are not spot on perfect. As someone who's laid a lot of tile, it pained me to do it this way, but I really wanted that original 1890s brick fireplace to be still a focal point and a feature of the home. And if I were to lay it perfectly, with all the gaps spot on and bricks completely level and in plumb, it wouldn't look like it was here 130 years ago. So, that all said, we're moving forward and knowing that the fireplace can be here for another 130 years, I'm proud of that. And I'm proud that I was able to reclaim some bit of history in this old girl who has nothing left of her original character. Now my wife asked me, why did I put all that effort into the fireplace right now? We don't have sheetrock up. We don't have, the retaining wall solved. The siding, there's so many things that could be going on. Why did I do a finished job? Well, if she's asking that question, maybe you are too. So here it is. We're putting a gas insert in. And in order to put that gas insert in, I need to plumb a propane line to it and the exhaust to it. And the best time to do that is before sheetrock. And I've already talked to my boiler guy, who's also my gas guy. And so he's on board, he's ready to get going on that. But I needed the face of the fireplace to be where it was going to be in order to set the propane unit in, and the wall above the brick has to be framed out as soon as the top cap is dry. And once that's all in, then sheetrock can go on that if that's what I decide to do. I'm still on the fence on that. And so yeah, that's why. It's all in preparation to sheetrock. More prep. You know what would be gut-wrenching? Is if whoever buys this either covers up the fireplace or demos it all the way out altogether. That'd be heart-wrenching. I feel gutted. From the point this house revealed to me that it had a fireplace to now has been a huge journey. And if you're new to High Peaks Home, it's my goal to inform you about all the inner workings of the home and this project, which is Frankie, the Abandoned House, episode 33. Man, it just keeps going. If you want to see where it all began, check out this video here. Or if you want to see, let's say, where this face of this fireplace sloughed off, go check out this video down here. And to all of you that have been watching week after week after week, man, I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for stopping by High Peaks Home.
Always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time,